Hello everyone, how's it going? So, wanted to record this one next because I'm a little nervous that this is going to be leading up to another Sayori suicide. So, we're going to play through it for a little bit, see if anything disturbing happens, and if it does, I probably won't upload this, and I'll probably just make a quick announcement that I'm not going to be playing through this anymore because it's been a disappointment. I'm really hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that I'll have something that I can upload here tomorrow, but we'll see. Okay, so first off, Monica. Just Monica.
Hi, Flam.
I approached Monica and wanted to talk about Sayori with her some more. But she takes control of the conversation before I can say anything and immediately jumps into club business.
This might come as a surprise, but we have a festival coming up soon.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed. I mean, we've been talking about it for the last day and a half now, so woo, that's a big shocker.
Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Despite any praise the girls might have given me, I really doubt that my poetry is up to snuff. I'm sure that there's not just a little bias during the poetry discussions.
Okay, no pressure.
Okay.
But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. You won't want to let down the club, right?
She says that with a teasing tone, but a chill runs down my spine when I think about the implications of disappointing everyone. Who knows what Monica would do to me if I betrayed her as her loyal literature club subject. Forgive me, master. Oh, please don't chastise me. Not to mention, I'm also looking forward to seeing your performance. Right. That's definitely not something that I can relate to.
Don't worry so much. You'll do fine. After all, you've been doing fine in these poetry discussions so far.
So you say.
Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Here it is. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. But although we're supposed to be discussing poetry right now, I can't help but remain preoccupied by thoughts of Sayori. I'm worried about her, to say the least. It's such an unexpected change that's come over her. Did something happen to her?
Flam?
Huh? Sorry, did you just call my name?
Yeah, twice actually. You seem like you're a million miles away. What's up?
I was just thinking about whatever's happened to Sayori. I'm so sorry if I wasn't paying attention.
It's fine, Flam. I understand. For what it's worth, you're a good friend for caring so much about her.
Thanks. I just hope that things can go back to normal soon.
Well, my advice to you would be to let her come to you on her own. She'll talk if she wants to talk. I think that you should respect her boundaries.
You're right. I appreciate the advice, by the way.
Of course. I'm always willing to lend my sympathetic ear if you need one. Today might not be the happiest of days for the club. But that's alright. Not every day will be happy. We'll all pull through this together.
I hope so. I feel like I shouldn't be going about the club normally, but I think that Sayori probably needs some normalcy right now. So in the end, I try to get the poem sharing back on track. Anyway, since we're supposed to be sharing poems right now...
Oh, I almost forgot about it myself. Some president I am, huh?
Monica quickly whips out her pristine composition notebook.
Here's my poem then, alright?
Thanks. The Box, Part 2. On my nightstand sits an ornate box, painstakingly crafted, decorated with the most delicate filigree. Beautiful, beautiful. The most beautiful box you'd ever see. In that box stands a slender porcelain ballerina. No, not stands, twirls. She is inanimate yet animate. Cold yet vibrant. And oh, so beautiful. The most beautiful ballerina you'd ever see. She spins and spins and spins as the box's melody goes. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. She neither smiles nor frowns, a permanent look of blank composure painted on her facade. She dances for my amusement, and yet I am evaded by amusement. The room spins around me. Vertigo. I want answers, but she gives me none. I slam the box closed, and yet the room still spins. My skin. Porcelain. Is this all she is meant to be? Is this the meaning she is supposed to derive? Is this the sole purpose of her existence? And then her skin cracks, shattering.
You know, I feel like looking for answers and contemplating your reality are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it.
In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. How fitting, somber subjects for a somber day.
Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't one-dimensional creatures. That's what makes people so interesting. You might think that it would be way better if everyone was happy and uncomplicated all the time. But how would we know what happiness was if it weren't for the sadness to compare to it?
I guess that's true. Even so, I'd rather not see my friends so troubled. When are we all?
Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Do you ever feel discouraged when something you've put a lot of time into doesn't get as much attention as you thought it would? For instance, you could have spent hours and hours on a poem, only to have your friends barely glance at it when you show it to them. It might make you feel like doing any more is useless. And the sad truth is, the world is so saturated with creative works already that most people won't receive any attention, at least relative to the most popular artists and authors. There's actually not much that you can do in that situation besides try your best. However, you also shouldn't think of things in terms of popularity and number of views.
There you go, breaking the fourth wall.
The most important thing should be your own personal self-satisfaction. If you're proud of yourself and your work, then I say that that's enough success.
Indeed. That's why I haven't given up yet. Over 2 years later, and I haven't even hit 100 subscribers yet, but you know what? I'm still going. I keep pushing for it. That was the most depressing writing tip of the day ever.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Alright. Alright. Natsuki.
This one's alright.
Alright.
Yeah, it's about average. Not amazing, but not terrible.
Well, I'm at least trying.
I never said you weren't. This just isn't my style.
Alright, nothing wrong with that. People have their opinions.
Yep. Your poems are kind of like... decent, I guess is the word. It feels like there's potential in them, but it just stops short of it.
Well, any tips that finally reached its potential you keep talking about?
Ha! Coming to the pro for tips, are ya? Alright, I'll help you out this time.
Natsuki examines my poem once more.
Alright, I think I know what the problem is. It's your language. It's mediocre.
My language?
Like the words you use. There's nothing really special about them. They're just average words. I think you should use some softer words. Like my poems.
So I should start writing like you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, my poems are the best.
Seeing Natsuki so proud of her own work, I can't help but smile. Alright, Natsuki, whatever you say. Let's see your poem now.
Oh yeah, here.
Something happy. Cookies and cream and my own happy place. Fresh and warm sunshine and a breeze on my face. These are the things that happiness means. Just folded laundry, hot from the dryer, lifts up my spirits so they can go much higher. Puppies and kittens and cute bunnies too, all cuddled up with small barks, squeaks, and mews. These are all the things that make me beam. Sleeping in a big soft bed, listening to rain pit-pat overhead. Talking with friends and laughing aloud, all worries now gone and playing around. These are the things that fill my dreams. But sometimes happiness is hard to find. I know darkness lingers in everyone too, and some people for the eternal blues. So here's a poem from me to you. Please know that people are all alike. If we stick together, we'll be alright. Let's talk and laugh about happy things and find the joy that true friends can bring. That's adorable.
Yeah. You know what this poem's about, right?
You wrote it for Yuri, right?
I would say... Well, actually, yeah. I wrote it after seeing how much effort Yuri was putting into changing... I mean, it's only fair after the poem she wrote for me, right? Well, not for me, but...
Don't worry. I know what you mean.
Anyway, I guess that I was...
You were...
Shut up. I was childish, alright? I just always get caught up in the moment. It's hard for me to let go of that sort of stuff. But yeah, after writing 2 negative poems, a positive poem was pretty refreshing. I do like the feel of this poem.
That was a me line. I do like the feel of this poem. It really is something happy.
Yeah. I mean, I was feeling happy when I was writing it, so naturally the mood would be happy.
The ending is a bit bittersweet, though.
Yeah, about that. Well, I was thinking that Yuri probably has problems that I don't know about. I mean, all people do, right? So I guess the message at the end was that even if we have problems, and even if we're feeling sad, if we look towards our friends, we can find happiness. You know, joy and solidarity and stuff.
Solidarity, eh? That's a very Yuri-ish word.
Well, I was thinking about what Yuri would call it, so... And I'm not dumb, you know. I do know big words. I just consciously decide not to use them.
Alright. I get ya. I think Yuri will really appreciate your poem, though.
She better.
Speaking of Yuri, she's next.
I see. I think your general skill level is increasing, Flam. But I can't help but feel like I'm a bit useless here.
Yeah? Why do you say that?
I come up with all these extravagant qualities that I believe fit well into poetry, but it's evident that you prefer a completely different writing style. I can't believe how idiotic I've been. I should have just...
Yuri, that's a little...
No. Please let me finish. I focus too much on how a piece could improve rather than just appreciating it. Not just with you. With Natsuki, Monica, and Sayori too. It's clear to me now why people find me so abhorrent. And because of that, I'm not going to say anything more about this poem.
Yuri buries her head into her arms on her desk. That's not the first time I've seen her do that. Yuri, listen to me here, okay? I don't think it's as bad as you're making it sound. I know that you like to look for hidden meanings in everything, but sometimes the message is already apparent, you know?
I'm just so conditioned to it that anything other explanation just feels wrong.
Used to what? Reading deeply into things?
Being disliked.
Yuri.
Why am I telling you all this? I'm sorry. This is all so silly, isn't it?
Yuri turns away from me.
You should go.
Eh?
Please. Please leave me alone for a while. I want to do some thinking.
Are you sure? Yuri nods. Alright. I leave Yuri be. Oh well. At least she let me read one of her extra poems. Comforting or reassuring her is nearly impossible as it is. So when she wants to be alone, I think anything I said could only make things worse. I wish there's something more I could have done, but hopefully she feels better. If she feels a bit better later. All right, Sayori.
I just gonna laugh, Lamb. It's probably your best one so far.
Oh well, thanks. I had a feeling you'd like this one in particular.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, I was thinking of things you liked while I was writing it.
Really?
Yeah, I think I connect the most with your writing style.
I'm honestly a little surprised. I thought you'd prefer the. I thought you would have preferred the others.
Why?
My poetry is nothing special, Clam. Look at yours, for example. Her style is way more sophisticated, and Natsuki's is so bouncy and effective.
Hey, don't say that. Just because your style is different, it doesn't mean it's bad or anything. Your style is unique. Your poems have a really nice sense of innocence and nostalgia to them. I mean, you managed to make me feel nostalgic about a memory I've never actually experienced with your Dear Sunshine poem. It made me think of happier times from my childhood. And I really liked that.
It made you happy?
Yep. Your poems put a smile on my face, Sayori. The other girls' poems are great, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I connect the most with yours. I hope that cheers you up a little bit. For just a moment, that vacant look of melancholy that's been plaguing her face disappears and she smiles a genuine smile.
Thank you, Flam. That means more than you can imagine.
Am I starting to get through to her? Maybe now's the best time to ask what's on her mind. By the way, Sayori, I mean to ask you. But pessimistic thoughts suddenly flood my mind. Why she doesn't feel comfortable talking about it right now. Sayori would probably approach me herself with her concerns if she felt comfortable doing so. After all, everyone has their off days, right? I guess it's only normal for her to act a little different from time to time. I don't want to come across as pushy or demanding, even though I'm concerned for her. With a heavy sigh, I changed what I was originally going to ask. Have you thought about what you want to do for the festival? Monica said we'd be doing a variety of things for it, such as decorations and poster advertisements. Judging by the relief on Sayori's face, I'm guessing she initially expected me to probe her further on her behavior.
It's funny you mentioned that. She said she was going to discuss that with everyone today after we've all shared poems.
Wow, I'm a real psychic, aren't I?
A what? A sidekick?
A psychic. It means someone who can read minds and see into the future.
Oh, what am I thinking of then?
Breakfast? She sticks her tongue out at me. And just like that, the playful banter and lighthearted teasing is back. Maybe I've just been worrying too much. It looks like she's feeling a bit better. Right?
Well, I guess I can show you my poem now.
Fairy tale. And this is okay. This is a good start. This is a good sign here. She's showing me her poem. In the original story, she would have just left. Fairy tale. In a kingdom far, far away, there was a castle. In the castle, there was a wish. The wish came to be a long, long ago. She was made to be an angel, but I wasn't an angel. I was just a wish to make everyone happy. I took on their burdens and did what I could. I kept safe their dreams like a guardian should. The seeds from my efforts then spread far and wide. I fed them with power I found deep inside. People liked me when I made things right, but they got used to it and stopped believing so much. I watched the children playing and felt sad, but I was happy too. I really was. It truly was enough to be the fairy godmother, the one everyone depended on and trusted. But time kept on passing as I gave my all. I had nothing left and I couldn't stand tall, but I kept on going as I'd always done. A soldier in battle with nowhere to run. Even wishes get tired too. Once everyone was happy, my job was done. But what came after? I could see the darkness on the horizon. Quick, make it all go away. When everything's big and bright, what more could anyone wish for? Nobody knew how long it would keep up, but they kept living happily, 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 ever after. Beautiful.
So, what do you think?
Wow, Sayori, I had no idea you could write like this. This is something else. Have the others seen this?
No, not yet. You're the first one I've shown it to.
What an honor, eh? So, what's this one about? From what I can gather, it's about someone who tries to keep everyone happy, right? She nods. And people like that, but eventually they kinda got
used to it? But that's okay, because at least they were still happy. And this person, the Kingdom's Wish, even she gets a little tired of it from time to time. But as long as everyone's happy, that's her job. She's happy when the others are happy. That's the most important thing.
I look back at the poem, trying to pick up the more subtle meanings. But surely the angel doesn't have to be alone. People don't have to depend on just her to be happy. Surely the angel could share the responsibility, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking into this a bit too much. I just feel kind of sorry for her. I blink. Am I seriously emphasizing with a fictional angel? Maybe I'm really getting into this poetry thing.
I'm glad my poems can get such a reaction out of you, Flam. I really put a lot of thought into this one last night. And you seem to pick up on it.
With an uncomfortable dawn of realization, it's become quite clear how this poem relates to Sayori. I'm not going to have much luck questioning that, though. Well, I hope the angel finds happiness soon. Maybe she should share her burdens with other people. She just might be surprised at how receptive the people of the kingdom are.
But then they'll be sad. That would be selfish.
Or maybe they'll be happy to give something back to their angel. After all, she was keeping them happy. It's only fair they get to give something back, right? I shake up the head and a sad smile is my only response.
Okay, everyone. We're all done sharing poems, right? In which case, let's start figuring out what we're all going to do for the festival. You still remembered? I'll pretend that I didn't hear that. Anyway, as I was saying, well, I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making our specialty, cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori, you mentioned goodie bags earlier, if I remember correctly. Yep, I want to make some goodie bags for everyone and put in little quotes, bookmarks, and candies. Ah yes, that was it. Great idea. People will love that. Indeed. We're glad you're helping, Sayori. Ah, you guys, it's nothing special. The cupcakes sound amazing, though. Of course, because I'll be making them.
We all share a collective laugh.
How about you, Yuri? Ideally, I'd like to do something that could enhance the atmosphere of our performances. I'd like to experiment with some aromatherapy as well, if that's okay with you. Of course, that's fine. I'm excited to see what you come up with. You've also got beautiful handwriting, so perhaps something that involves that.
Yuri ponders for a moment.
How about banners and decorations? It's funny that you mentioned that. I was just about to say that myself. Well, great minds think alike, right?
She shares a laugh with Yuri and turns to me.
Anyway, that just leaves you, Flam.
The only club member who's useless.
Don't say that. In fact, it looks like all of us have a lot of work to do for the festival. I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone when I say that some help would be much appreciated.
So it's basically a choice between who to spend my weekend with. Why do I suddenly feel so nervous?
I suppose I could use a bit of help. Not that I really need it, but if you want to help bake stuff, I could always just have you do some of the dirty work. But if you help, you better not sneak a cupcake to eat. Natsuki, I doubt Flam will want to help you if you make him out to be a burden. If you don't need any help, I believe he'd be better off assisting someone else. Well, that's up to him to decide. Maybe he likes baking. Have you ever thought of that? Besides, how hard could making decorations be anyway? It's not as though I'm only speaking for myself. Monica and Sayori would likely be appreciative of help as well. And not that it really matters, but decorating requires a lot of creativity and meticulous work.
So does baking. You never baked a day in your life. How could you possibly know?
Throughout their bickering, I can't help but notice that Sayori hasn't said a word. Does she not want me to help her? Or am I just overthinking this? It's impossible to think properly with the arguing going on.
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, it's like Natsuki said. Flam's the only one who gets to decide how he'd like to contribute. There's no need to argue over him like he's the last boy on Earth. I think it's fair to say that each of us have plenty of work to do.
This has nothing to do with him being a boy.
I agree. We're merely discussing our workloads.
Looks like Monica has united Natsuki and Yuri with a common enemy.
Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez. Can we just move on already?
Alright then, moving along. Flam, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Of course.
Very well.
In that case, everyone looks straight at me, varying expressions playing on their faces. Of course, I'm going to go with Sayori. Hey Sayori, it's been a while since we've hung out together, hasn't it? It'll be a lot of fun making these goodie bags, I reckon. Mind if I give you a hand with them? She doesn't look quite as happy as I hoped she would be.
Are you sure? I wouldn't want to bore you. Plus, it really isn't that much work. The others have a lot more to do. So I'm sure they'll get more out of your help than I would.
I exchanged looks with Yuri, Natsuki, and Monica. None of us really know how to react.
It's okay, Sayori. Really, it's no problem. I work well alone. It wouldn't cause any hassle.
Yeah, relax. I baked loads of cupcakes before, remember? This will be a walk in the park.
Sayori, no matter who he picked, the outcome would pretty much be the same. We've all got work to do. Our tasks are all equally important in making sure the festival runs smoothly. Don't feel bad about it. Flam chose you himself. It's what he wants to do. Besides, it's good that he's going to be with you, because we need someone who can keep you from eating all the candies.
Ah! Hey!
Kidding. Seriously, enjoy yourself, guys. You two will have a lot of fun. I can sense it.
Sayori still doesn't look overly convinced, but she smiles and nods at us. Am I really that much of a burden to work with? No, Flam, don't think like that. It's just because she's got something bothering her, that's all.
Okay, well, that's settled then. Everyone knows what they're doing, and Flam is going to be helping Sayori. I think that's everything sorted then. I'll see everyone on Monday, and don't forget to practice your poems. It'll be fun, guys. I promise.
Natsuki rolls her eyes as she leaves the classroom, Yuri and Monica in tow. As she passes by the door, Monica turns to us.
Take care of yourself, Sayori.
She gives her a gentle smile.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
I'm curious, but it's best not to ask. Their business, after all. Ready to walk home again?
Sure, let's go.
So I was thinking about tomorrow. We'll probably have to head to town to grab the supplies for the goodie bags. Is that okay with you?
That's fine. What time should I meet you and where?
We can meet at my place. Also, seeing as we have a lot of work to do, let's make it bright and early.
I know we have a big day ahead of us, but could we not make it too early?
Still a bit lazy, I see. She doesn't smile at the lighthearted jab. Strange. I thought she'd bounce off it and call me a meanie or stick her tongue out. But that look on her face.
No, it's just, I guess I'm just not an early riser.
No worries. I guess if we both got on with it, we could get everything finished earlier than I imagined. Would 11 p.m.
Would 11 a.m. be okay?
Yeah, I can work with that. Guess it means I get a lie-in as well.
Thank you. Anyway, just a few shops we can go to in town. I think we'll need to go to the arts and crafts store along with the sweets one.
Yeah, sounds good to me. You have my number, right? Just text me if there's any changes to our plans. Otherwise, I'll see you on Sunday at 11.
Okay.
We turn to walk off to our houses.
Oh, and Flam?
Yeah?
I'm sorry about how I've been acting today. I promise you I'll be fine tomorrow.
Today has been a strange day. Just when I thought I was getting closer with Sayori, it makes me think, are any of the other girls harboring some sort of hidden side to them? Who knows? It's already Sunday. Knowing that I'll be spending a day alone with Sayori is kind of weird. Not in a bad way or anything. It's just been a long time since we had a day out together with just the two of us. Still, I'm looking forward to it. I just hope whatever was bugging her on Friday is gone. It was really hard seeing her like that. I shake my head. No. It's a new day today. It'll be much better. As my mind drifts while I wait for her, I subconsciously recall a memory from a long time ago. Our parents took us to a fair that came to town. We must have been around 11? I managed to win Sayori a giant cuddly cow plushie in one of those shooting minigame things. Well, actually, my dad did. I couldn't aim for my life. That's when I realized that video games don't train you to shoot in real life. I smile at the memory. Does she remember it as well? The buzzing of the doorbell brings me back to the present. Most likely it's Sayori. Yep, there she is. Aw, that's adorable. She's gone for a pretty casual outfit. It's simple but works really well on her.
Hi, Flam. Ready to go then?
Hey, yeah, sure am. Let's get going. I gently close the door behind me and we step out onto the street. It's a bright sunny day, not too hot, and there's a gentle breeze. Perfect.
So, where are we going first then?
Well, I made a list of all the stuff we'll need, so that'll be a big help. I fished out a small sheet of paper from my pocket. On it, I've written what we need and where to get the items from. So we need bookmarks, some sweets, ribbons, and some gift bags. To be honest, I have no idea where we can get the gift bags and the ribbon. I was planning to go to the arts and crafts store in town, but apparently it's shut down recently.
Oh, really? That's okay. I actually have some gift bags and ribbon at home.
Thank God, that's pretty convenient. You should have mentioned it yesterday, though.
Sorry, I must have forgot.
Nah, it's okay. I'm curious, why you have those two things, though? What do you use it for?
No, I don't use them for anything. They're left over from a birthday party I had years ago. I think it was my 10th one? You remember it, right?
She looks at me with puppy dog eyes, and I hasten to try to recall. Something about you getting cake all over your face, right?
Hey, you did too.
I laugh as I realize I can't claim innocence here. Guilty as charged. Well, with those two items down, we just have to visit the bookstore and the supermarket. Which one are we going to first?
Let's start with the bookstore. It's closer.
Whatever you say. As we walk, I notice Sayori humming contentedly, a slight skip in her step. I forgot how adorable she could be. Always so cheery, it's like she lives in her own little world. She looks like she's back to normal again. To say I'm relieved would be an understatement. Almost like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Hey Sayori, you look like you're in a much better mood today.
Of course. I said I'd be fine today, remember? So here I am.
It's a relief to see you back to your normal self. You really had me worried on Friday.
No need to worry about me, silly.
Alright. Gonna go ahead and save it here.
How have you been anyway?
Good. Never thought I'd be writing poems in my free time, but hey, it's a real change of pace from what I'm used to. But I'm not complaining. Sayori giggles. What?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't see you as the poetic type, that's all. All those video games, I guess you really got into them over the past few years.
Hey, you know what? I'm trying to make a living off of playing video games, so I'm not one to judge. I shift uncomfortably. I feel like this is a reference to us drifting. After all, she's not wrong. As I became more reclusive, I turned to gaming as an escape. Well, truth be told, I didn't think I was a poet either. I guess I never realized how much I enjoy literature. I shrugged off the comment about gaming. I wanted to enjoy the day after all. I mean, Yuri showed me this really cool book. Well, maybe not cool, but it was pretty interesting. Something about a girl who escapes from this weird human experimentation prison and all sorts of horrible stuff happens to her. Sayori pouts, looking very disapproving.
I don't like the sound of that at all. Sounds really scary. I hate to live in a world where horrible stuff like that happened to me.
Well, looks like Sayori's wonderful innocence never went anywhere. I hate for anything bad to happen to you too, Sayori. I never let it happen.
You're so sweet, Flam. You know that?
I used to be protective of Sayori when we were kids. Guess not much has changed, even after so much time apart. I hadn't even realized we made it to the bookstore already. As it turns out, the bookstore is actually in a library. It's a pretty small, but after glancing around, it seems to have what we need. Alright, here we are. Let's see what they have. I make a beeline for a rack of shelves carrying a nice variety of bookmarks that includes all different colors and sizes. Sayori wanders over, her eyes wide at all the choices. Her eyes wide at all the choices.
Oh, so many to choose from.
Yep, who would have guessed that there is such a demand for bookmarks of all things?
This blue one is really nice.
I look over, slightly wearily. I forgot how excitable she could be. It's a bookmark with a blue koala. Who makes a bookmark with a blue koala? Ugh. Sayori seems to love it, though. Before I even get to say anything, she starts gushing over another bookmark.
Look at this red one. It's got a little ribbon shape on it, just like mine.
Well, at least this one's a bit more justifiable.
Look at these, Flam. They've got little puns on them.
Sure enough, the row of little bookmarks bring a picture of objects with puns related to them. An apple with the quote, "You are the apple of my eye." A cutesy smiling cartoon bacon with the words, "I like you more than bacon." Okay, that one actually kind of made me laugh. I'll admit, I like the bacon one. The apple one's too cheesy, though. Her face is all scrunched up, trying to decide which bookmark to get. Probably better off just getting these plain ones, Sayori. These are just for strangers coming to view our performances. No point getting these cutie punny ones.
Aww. No fun.
Hey, I'll get you the donut one, though. The donut one has a smiley donut with the words, Don't let you know how amazing you are."
Oh, really? Thank you. I love it.
It's not hard to make Sayori smile. In the end, we went for a pack of plain, colorful bookmarks. They get the job done, right? I think Sayori forgets that not everyone is into the stuff she's into. Not that the bookmarks are out of the way. We wander over to the supermarket.
So, we just need the sweets, right?
Mm-hmm. Do me a favor and don't spend hours trying to choose some, okay? I know what you're like with candy.
Yeah. It's not my fault I got a sweet tooth.
Oh, whose fault is that then? She sticks her tongue out at me. This is nice, guys. This is nice. This is what I wanted to see from this. As predicted, Sayori is beyond excited. Like a real kid in a candy store. Well, she's technically not in a candy store, but the saying doesn't really sound as good when it's in a supermarket, does it?
Flam, there aren't any cookies here.
I decide to humor her. Oh no, seriously? That's heartbreaking. That is so condescending. It's just...
I know. How can they call themselves a supermarket if they don't have any cookies?
It's crazy, yeah. Anyway, we still have a lot to do when we get home, so let's make some choices now, shall we?
Okay.
We browse the selection, pondering which candy would be the best to buy. Hey, Sayori, what's your favorite flavor of licorice?
Strawberry. Why?
Oh, no reason, just wondering. Strawberry licorice it is. I'm going to keep this as a surprise for her. Although doing these little thoughtful things for her makes me pause. Sayori told me I always used to look out for her back when we still hung out. Did I really stop doing all that? I find that kind of hard to believe, given how naturally I find looking out for her to be.
I think these will be okay, don't you think?
She points into her bag, which is filled with an assortment of chocolates and other sweets.
There's milk chocolate in here, toffee chocolates, peppermints, all sorts of stuff.
I'll just say the screenshot. I don't know why.
People are gonna love it.
They sure will. I'll just get some of my own candy and then we can get a move on.
Okay.
We still got a lot to do, don't forget. Looks like Sayori got the chocolate side of things handled. I decided to go for the fruity sweets. Alright, I think that'll do.
Aw, time to leave already. Can you do me a teeny tiny favor?
Let me guess. Buy you some cinnamon buns?
How did you know?
Whenever our parents took us shopping together, you always used to ask your mom for the exact same thing. She blushes a little, turning away.
Guess some things never change, right?
I smile back at her. It's the little things with Sayori that really warm my heart. I'm definitely not complaining. Hands filled with candy, we head to the register to pay. The cashier gives us a stern look, almost like he's disapproving of all the sugar we're carrying. Hey, you know, screw you. Give him the middle finger and just tell him to piss off. Sayori is totally oblivious, probably too busy thinking about which candy she can get away with eating. Okay, so that's everything. Let's head home and get started with the quotes.
Okay. Although I need to grab the goodie bags and ribbon from my place. So you should head home and get your computer up and running while I do that. That way by the time I'm back at yours, you'll be good to go.
She really has a knack for showing initiative when I least expect it. Her idea is pretty smart though, so I roll with it. Great thinking. Here, hand me the bookmarks so I can take them home. I'll see you in a bit. Just give me a buzz when you're outside.
Sure thing.
I make my way upstairs and boot up my computer, tossing the bookmarks onto the desk. As the machine whirs to life... Oh geez, a notification just popped up. My fan's about to die. I sit back, idly thinking about literature. There's probably some really deep quotes out there. I laugh softly to myself, imagining how much someone like Yuri would resonate with those wise words. She'll probably appreciate the quotes the most. For the second time today, the sound of the doorbell ringing jolts me back into reality. Once again, it's Sayori, who's clutching a large sack filled with a colorful assortment of gift bags. It looks like she's literally carrying a rainbow.
Hi again, so here they are.
I lead her upstairs as she carries on being enthralled by all the colors. Man, you really couldn't decide on a color, could you?
There are so many pretty ones to choose between, Flam. I figured you could help me choose, so I brought them all.
Ooh, shall we go for blue or these?
Ooh, shall we go for blue or these pink ones? But these green ones are pretty too.
Sayori, how many do we need?
This one has a little cinnamon decoration on it.
Sayori?
Sorry.
How many do we need?
Good question. I think about 15 will do, right? Just be on the safe side?
She pulls out some ribbon from the sack. Unlike the gift bags, these are all one color. A very deep red. Yeah, can't see anything wrong with that. Want to help me with the quotes?
Sure.
How about this one? Writing is its own reward. Oh, or did Sayori say that? Yeah, Sayori said that.
Writing is its own reward.
I mean, don't you feel good when you finish one of your poems? Or don't you feel excited to show that you've written to people?
Kinda, I guess. I think Yuri would really like that quote, though. Let's use that one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. What about this one? There are 3 rules for writing a novel. Unfortunately, no one knows what they are. That's a good one. I like that one.
I don't get it.
Neither do I, to be honest. But I like the humor, and it strikes me as something people might find funny. I don't know. I think something like Monica or Yuri might find amusing.
I trust your judgment. I like this one a lot. There's no real ending, it's just the place where you stop the story.
It actually reminds me of a thought I had about...
poetry.
Oh?
Yeah, to me, a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving.
That's kind of profound. Something I'd expect from Yuri. So, what does it actually mean?
Can't you see? It means that just because the poet has stopped writing, it doesn't mean the poem is over.
Well, if you say so, Sayori.
I think a lot of people will appreciate this one. What do you think? There is something quite delicious about writing the first words of a story. You never quite know where they'll take you.
I think so too. That one's so... It makes you feel a sense of wonder, doesn't it? Exactly the kind of feeling a good story should make you feel. Wow, I sound like Yuri, don't I?
A little bit. She's rubbing off on you, huh?
Does that mean I'll start sounding intelligent? Sayori chuckles, her eyes full of mirth. Her laughter is so innocent and sweet.
You already do, Flam.
Ah, come on, Sayori, that's not true. My poems aren't anywhere near as good as yours.
Mine aren't anything special. Don't be silly. But I'm sure you'll be a great poet in no time.
Well, I believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. Anyway, let's get these printed and start putting together the goodie bags.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
After finding a few more quotes, we get to work. We have all the items ready to go. Now it's just a case of putting a bookmark, quote, and candy in each bag, then tying it up with a piece of ribbon. We get to work, a comfortable silence descending upon the room. As we progress, I realize how happy I've been all day. It's not been anything fancy, just going into town with Sayori, but even that has put me in good spirits. Spending time with someone, joking around, reflecting on old memories. This weekend has been miles better than how my weekends typically go. Boring, filled with aimless gaming and anime. I've missed this. I've missed this a lot. I really have. And most of all, I've missed Sayori. Today has taught me that I'm determined to spend more time with her. After all, I think she's enjoyed it too. There's a lot to catch up on. Aw, man, this is sweet. So I suppose we'll have plenty to say and do over the upcoming weeks and months.
You've been pretty quiet, Flam. Are you okay?
And there it is, that defining trait of hers. Always being concerned about others' well-being. I'm lucky to have someone like her in my life. What? Oh, I'm fine, yeah. Sorry, just been doing a lot of thinking.
About what, if I can ask?
Just about today. I've really enjoyed it. Hanging out with you again. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has. I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I was going to say that I did too. I haven't had this much fun in a while.
Hearing that lifts my spirits even further. Something I didn't think was possible. You know, I'm genuinely happy to hear that. I haven't really told anyone, but... Sayori looks at me, her blue eyes swimming with concern. Truth be told, I've been kind of lonely ever since my parents' divorce. I haven't really had much contact with people. And spending time with you today, it's been refreshing. A really nice change of pace, you know? A change from spending the weekend by myself, playing games.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Flam. I had no idea you felt this way. You should have told me earlier that you were so lonely. I hate that I couldn't help you before.
No, it's okay. Seriously, it's not your fault or anything. I've just been really reclusive myself. I've really enjoyed the literature club so far. Just being able to spend time with people my age again. Discover a new hobby. I appreciate it more than I can describe. You've all been super welcoming. I know I'm no poet or anything, but that didn't bother any of you.
Well, I'm glad you feel included at the club. That's exactly what we want the club to be. Welcoming. And I'm going to make sure you're never lonely again, okay? Gotta put a smile on your face, you hear me? Can't have you being sad. Starting with this.
She reaches toward me and starts tickling me, her hands ghosting over my neck and chest. I recoil instinctively, laughing like a small child. Hey, stop that. You know I'm not. I'm Ticklish. My laughter must be a catalyst for her tickling, because if she hears it, she doubles her efforts, a childlike grin on her face. I'm squirming and howling with laughter, almost running out of breath. But please, sorry, I can't breathe. Just give me a second. She pauses, giving me a chance to catch my breath. Good, she's fallen for my decoy. I dart forward, pulling her arms away from me, driving her towards the bed, pinning her beneath me. It's time to enact some revenge.
What? No! You tricked me! No fair!
Poor little Sayori, bamboozled by the mastermind Flam.
Please, have mercy!
What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch that. You'll have to speak up. Oh, that's my thumbnail, guys. I playfully feign deafness as I carry on tickling her. Her laughter is like music to my ears. She's squirming under my fingertips, crying with mirth to see such a big smile on her face. Even if it's kind of involuntary, it's such a nice sight to see. Her laugh has such an innocent, joyful ring to it. Hearing it transports me back 10 years, back when we had that carefree level of innocence only childhood could have.
Please, seriously, I can't breathe.
She does sound quite short of breath, and I've been tickling her for a while. I think I've had my revenge. It's only when I stop tickling her that I realize the situation we're in. I'm sitting on top of her, pinning her down with my legs. One of my hands rests where her neck meets her shoulder, and the other one is wrapped around her waist, her wrist. As the laughter from both of us subsides, a new atmosphere takes its place. It's not exactly awkward, but it's unusual, and neither of us know how to react. I meet Sayori's gaze and find something in her eyes. What exactly is it? I wish I could read that expression, but the novelty of the situation makes me so unsure. Expectant? What's the word I was looking for? I don't know. To anyone looking in, this probably won't look as innocent as we think it does. I hasten to climb off her, and she responds by sitting up on the bed, the completed goodie bags all but forgotten. Sorry,
No, it's okay.
She responded quite quickly. It isn't just me who sensed something in the atmosphere. The atmosphere is becoming more and more awkward by the moment. What exactly happened? Anyway, I'm glad we managed to get the goodie bags finished.
Oh yeah, me too. They were a lot of fun to make. I just hope the other students liked them.
I'm glad she's able to roll with the change of topic just like that. Just like that, some of the awkward air is dispelled. Monica will be pleased too. A lot of effort went into these. I know she'll appreciate what we've done.
Mm-hmm. I think Yuri will love the quotes too. Some of those really reminded me of her. Not just me who thought of that.
Not just me who thought of that, then. How are you feeling about the actual recital, though?
I mean, I know I probably seemed pretty enthusiastic when Monica asked us.
Ooh, water went down the wrong pipe there. But you're kind of nervous now.
Yeah, I guess it'll be okay though. I mean, I have my poem and I sort of know how I want it to go, so I think with a little more practice it'll be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Let's not think about that.
What about you, Flam? Aren't you nervous?
Truthfully, yeah. I don't have Monica's confidence, sadly. But hey, I really like the club, and this is my chance to give something back to it, right?
Yeah, that's a great attitude to have. Besides, I have an excuse to be bad.
Wait, did I do that right? Oh yeah, I did, just the wrong voice. Besides, I have an excuse to be bad. I'm new and nowhere near as experienced as you guys, so that's my justification if my performance isn't that great.
Flam, all you have to do is practice, okay? Your performance will be just as good as ours. I know it.
It's nice to have someone believe in me, I guess. Thank you, Sayori.
No problem. I probably should get going, though. Need to practice my poem and stuff.
Yeah, that reminds me. I should probably do the same. Do you want to take the goodie bags?
Sure.
Okay, I'll put them in the sack for you. 1 second. I'll rummage around, finding a bag big enough for all the smaller ones, handing the big one over to Sayori. We both head downstairs. As she hovers by the doorway, she turns around to face me. There's a shyness on her face.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah?
thanks for today, Flam. I haven't had this much fun in a long time.
Hey, that's alright. I really enjoyed myself too. We should make this a more regular thing. Her face lights up.
Yeah! I like the sound of that. I'll see you tomorrow for the festival, okay?
Now you will. See you tomorrow, Sayori. As she waves and walks off, bag in hand, it takes me a few moments to identify what it is I'm feeling inside. Happiness? Something as simple as going to town and making goodie bags with Sayori? It made me feel really warm inside. How has it taken me this long to realize? Alright, day of the festival. Okay, so I am so happy that we have been able to take a different path here. So happy. I'm going to wrap this up here for now, but I will stream this again either tomorrow or Monday. Depends on when this goes up. But thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give this a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. I will be continuing this, no question now. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.